get going here. Yeah, going over the Keller Williams agent website. So this is the one that is created for you, that is available through Keller Williams. Part of it is basically, well, I would say most of it is pre-done for you. Like, it's mostly available. It's just a matter of connecting your profile to it, and kind of changing it up a little bit, or
Okay.
kind of customizing, and ultimately just a couple things that you're able to do with it if you really wanted to, push people to your site. The first thing we want to check out is your agent profile. So, reason why we're going to check out our agent profile is because it connects all of our contact information to the website. So if you need to double check like your name, anything like that,
Yeah.
this is where you would go to find it. To get there, you can click on your name at the top right corner and then go down to settings. Now that you're in settings, over here on the left, you would click on the Connect Settings tab, and then you're going to find the marketing profile right in here.
Okay, so connect settings and marketing profile.
Yeah. So this is known as the marketing profile. You might see, for the most part, you might see this option right here turned on, use my information to brand my agent's site. This needs to be on because then it'll take all of your info from this profile and put it on the website or connect it to the site. This will also do it for your mobile app as well, like your picture that shows up on there, name, information, all of that stuff, biography. It will take it from here and link it there. So you kind of just want to go through this, and if your photo isn't in here, or you get a new picture that you'd like to use, update your name, just to make sure that anything that's in this profile is is accurate, and office information here. Links to your social media profiles, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and so on. If you have those, you can put them in here. Just copy and paste the links into this section.
So I have a quick question. So then how would somebody find my website? I mean, if they're going to Google, they would type in my name, and the link to that would come up, or?
It's not always guaranteed that will be the first result that comes up. Certainly, if you market your website heavily and you have more and more people going to it and actually going to it directly and
Right.
using it, over time the chances of that going higher in that search, in that Google search, that'll happen. But most likely, well, the best way to just send somebody to your site is just by providing them the direct link to it. And then I'll show where that is in just a moment here. So you can always just give somebody the link to your website, or send it to them, and then just be able to click on that and get to it directly. So down here, just let's say if you have any social media accounts, profiles, you can go ahead and put those in here. And just if you make any changes to this, just remember to click Save at the bottom of the page. All right. So that's the profile. The next thing is actually going to where the site settings are. So that's going to fall under the very bottom option here on the left side. It's called Consumer, or the Consumer section, and it's going to be through here that we access the website settings. So First thing here at the
I
top.
have a question.
Yes.
So when I go to my marketing profile, the option is turned on where it says use my information to brand my agent site.
Mhm.
But then when I go to my app on my phone, when I go to the app on my phone, my information isn't there.
Okay, so I believe that would be, we'd just have to link your profile to your app for it to get it to show up. I can help you with that separately, just to get that link together.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Okay, so here on the site, first thing at the top of this page is where you'd be able to see your link to the website. So you can click on that at any time and then be able to, and just get taken straight to your Keller Williams agent website from here. For the most part, the link to your site would be, well, it's always going to be different. In my case, it's just my first and last name, .kw.com. But if you're using something different, just, you'll be able to see that there.
How can you tell what your link is if you don't know it?
So you'd have to click into the
Oh, I see.
yeah, consumer button down
Okay.
here, and you're gonna see it here at the top.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah, so for me specifically, it's this one here, mikeserrano.kw.com. That means that if just clicking on the link here would take me to the site, I can always just give somebody the link here, mikeserrano.kw.com, send it to them in a text, email, you name it. Put that on my business cards, on my real estate signs, kind of anything like that, and it's always going to direct them to the page here. And then on the page, if I were to scroll down on it, is where I find my agent information that came over from that profile. My picture, name, phone numbers, email address, and so forth. That's all going to be come over from there. So that's that's where the website currently is. And again, it's going to be a little bit different for all of you guys, just what the link actually is for your site. But just keep in mind, you can always just go down to consumer, there in command, and then be able to locate it right up here at the top for your website link. Okay, so how to actually kind of customize the page here. So the biggest benefit of the Keller Williams agent website is that it's already connected to the MLS basically, and not just our local MLS, but nationwide. It's nationwide real estate search that's available through your website, which is really, really nice. I still remember a few years ago, before Command, people's the agent websites that were available back then, they didn't have this feature. It was MLS by MLS. So the best we could do for them is just a local search.
Right.
Really just out of GAVAR, or if they happen to be members of GAVAR and SRAR or other MLSs, be able to connect them to those two, but it was, at the end of the day, limited to just those areas. But not with the Keller Williams and the Command website here. Though, if, just to demonstrate real quick, if you guys don't know, or have really used your website, you can indeed just, well, not yourself, but a client or somebody else that you share your website to can, search for listings in totally out of the area, in another state, another city, and then still be able to pop up, properties and listings that come up in their area. And these are not just Keller Williams listings; these are all listings from all offices, that are just all connected on here.
Oh, sorry, where did you go there again for another place to search for listing?
So just from the homepage
Oh, okay.
on my website,
On my website here and
Yeah.
there. Uh-huh.
the search bar is just right here on the front.
Oh.
And I just did a search anywhere really. So, of course, Palmdale, California.
Oh,
it's
got
gonna
it, okay.
show us everything here. But this is just demonstrating that anybody that you provide your website link to can search for properties anywhere. And then still be able to open up any of these, be able to look at
Got it.
the pictures from the MLS, all of the details and so forth is all available from here.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, yeah, just a little bit there about how the website work and the biggest kind of component to it is the search. If I hop back to the command settings here, let me show you where a couple of these are. So, in the consumer page that I'm on here, there's a button here at the top called Site and App Settings. You can always click there,
Okay.
and it's going to bring you to another menu here. And it's going to be here where we're able to customize what goes on the website. So the main thing here is so starting here at the top, you see a section called Agent Site Hero Text. What that means is the text that shows up right here on the homepage above the search bar. So I have here, let's find your dream home, but if you wanted to change that to, be something a little bit different, or you had a different message you want to put on there, you can totally replace it there. And it will update on the front page of your website. And I'm going to be going back and forth here between the settings page and the website, just to kind of point to what each section is. The section below that is Agent Site Hero Image. This fancy word for just saying the pictures that are in the back here on the homepage. So you'll notice that it kind of changes as it sits there over, if I leave it sitting here for a couple of moments, the pictures back there just switch automatically. And that's because it's the ones that I have in here. Now, for everybody's website, there's already pictures in there by default, and they're going to be just very generic. So if you wanted to go on here and replace all those pictures with, some of your own listings or some of the area out here, anything like that, this allows you to upload up to 5 pictures into this section here. So I have 4. If I had another one, I can add it in here too.
So you can add any kind of photos there then, right? Any activity you're doing, or?
Yeah. Only thing I would recommend is that to not take pictures from like Google or just kind of
Your own pictures.
Yeah, anything
Yes.
like that. Just in the off chance, you
Yeah.
might have copyright
Right,
infringement,
right.
something like that.
Yeah.
Because generally pictures that are just out there on Google available to use are, they belong to somebody else. Now there are websites out there that provide free stock photography or, royalty-free pictures, images, things like that. There's many out there that offer that feature. And those would be free to use. But any that are specifically, say, royalty-free or license-free images and pictures that you'd be able to use. But generally, pictures that you take yourself or from a photographer that you
Right.
work with would be great to use on here. But just being able to just replace them on the picture, on the website is on this menu. So those are the pictures there. And then still on the first page here, if I scroll down, then we get to this registration section. So this is a relatively new feature that they've put into the command websites. And what this is, it's how we can control how many properties visitors that are on my website can view before being prompted to register or sign in. So this was before this was put in, the agent websites, they really had no restriction. So anybody you gave your website to, they can go on there, look at 100 properties, come and go, and it would never ask them, do you want to sign in? Do you want to continue? Provide me your information so that you can continue using my site. So that wasn't in until recently. So right now, on this setting here, I'm able to customize this with a couple of options here. By default, and this goes for everybody, it will be unrestricted, meaning that it's not going to ever ask anybody to sign in. But I do have the control here now to say I can set it to 10 properties, 2 properties, or even no property viewing, meaning that no property viewing. The moment they get to my site, it's going to ask them, please sign in, which is a bit aggressive, but they offer that option here if you'd like to use it. 2 properties, so they'd be able to look at one, look at a second one, and then it'll ask them, if you want to continue, please sign in for an account. 10 properties, and it goes on.
What's the norm for something like that? I mean, what do you think, 10 properties, or what, statistically, I mean, how does that go over with the public?
So, I would say, and I'm trying to think back from experience with the other sites, I think the sites before Keller Williams were like 2 or 3 properties, and that was like the standard. Before it would ask to sign in. So I would say 2 properties is probably a good starting point there. 10 might be a little bit too much, or a little too open. Of course, unrestricted is
right.
Fully open. So really anywhere between, and we only have the option, at least here currently, 2 or 10. Maybe in the future they'll allow us to actually specify, maybe I want to be 5 properties before it asks. But I'd say for now, a good starting point here would be 2 properties to set it to. So for today, I'm going to set mine to 2, and then I'll demonstrate how that works after I set the setting here. And then, so that's the registration is that section there. If I scroll down, then I get to a couple of other settings here. Download app landing page. What that means is, if you send somebody your mobile app, the message that it shows to download the app is what this specifies here. So by default, I think it says something else. I remember changing it to the world of real estate at your fingertips. So kind of just like a little marketing message that you can include when somebody gets to that download page for the app. We won't see that here, but it's just where that setting is located. And then we get to a section called virtual tours. This is just where we're able to select listings and kind of add them, if they have a virtual tour as part of them, be able to add that to the website. So that's an option that's available there. And then just some additional preferences on the first page. Display Keller Mortgage on the app site. By default, I believe these three are enabled. So these are just links that somebody on your website can click on to view information about Keller Mortgage, Keller Covered, and to be able to view neighborhoods on the site. So those are all enabled by default, and just kind of generally good to keep. So I'm going to click Save Changes at the bottom of this page because I did make a change. So that's the first page here for the site settings. And then there's a couple of other things here too. There's a URLs tab next to that. And here we'll find two things. One is going to be the domain settings. So if I ever wanted to change the link to my website to instead be, if I wanted to change it from Mike Serrano, .kw.com, if I wanted to change that to, let's say, Serrano Realty, Serrano Real Estate, as long as it's available and not taken by somebody else, I'm able to just delete what's on here and say Realty.
So you can only have one subdomain, is that correct?
Yeah, just one subdomain at a time through here. Something that, a very common thing that agents will do here is they'll purchase their own website name or their own domain through GoDaddy, Google, there's many of them out there. MikeSerrano.com, for example, JackBuckley.com,
Yes,
something like that. And then this domain here with Keller Williams can be linked to that domain that you purchase. That's something that's not done here in Command. That has to be done on the settings of whichever company you put your domain through. But that's something that I've worked with a lot here with agents on, if that's an option that they want to pursue. But this here just allows us to change the Keller Williams address, if I wanted to do that. Serrano Realty, so I'll change that here. It'll say that this action, if I wanted to apply this action will change your previously linked subdomain, text code, and so on. Are you sure you'd like to proceed? So it's just warning us that this is changing the whole address, and just to keep in mind that this is what the change will do. I won't update this today. I'll keep it as is, but here's the where you can find this option. And then down here below this is your app URL. So this is the link to your Keller Williams mobile app. A lot of the time we might be trying to look for it to put it on a piece of advertisement or trying to just send it to somebody. This is one way where you can find it. And this, if I were to take this link right here, for example, actually I'm going to copy it here, and then I'm going to load it on another page. Then it brings me to the landing page to download my app. So just showing you an example of what this would look like. Of course, if I send this to somebody else, they would see this as well, and then they can go through and say, okay, let me download Mike's real estate app on, the Apple or Android. It gives us both options here. So that's just what that is. If you wanted to find that separately, that'll be located there. This link is not changeable. We can't update this. This is set very specifically here, and that's because it's unique to every agent. Myself, this is what I have. Janet's link is going to be different. Julie's, yours as well. But this is where you can find that info. So we have those settings there. The next tab over is featured listings. So I get this question a lot. agents will ask, is there a way that I can feature specific listings on my website? And the answer is yes. So on this tab here, it gives us two sections. The first is the headline or the header. What this means is what's the kind of like the wording that pops up above this section that we're about to edit. I'll go ahead and put this in just a moment here. But for now, I'm going to focus on the selected listings. Down here it says, select listings you would like to highlight in your featured listings. You may select up to 12. So right here, I can click on the button, select listings. It's going to pop up a property search page here from clicking that. By default, this page here will be only your listings. So of course, if you wanted to, highlight your own listings, you'll be able to just see them right in here, and you can be able to select them, however many of them that you want to feature on the page. For my example here, I don't have any listings. So I'm going to change the view, the menu up here to show all listings. That way I'm able to be able to select some. So, and you can of course do this as well if you wanted to feature a listing, from another agent on your page. If you have that permission to do so, this is how you can do it. I don't have an example of a listing. Would you know one by chance, Janet? An address or something that's out there?
Just pending. 3311
3311?
Brittany Lane, Brittany.
T-T-A.
Lane.
Let's see.
It's Lancaster.
Let's see if it comes up on here.
Although it's pending, it's not active.
Lancaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably just showing active listings.
Yeah, it might be because it's.
BRITT, yeah.
If not, I'll just.
I don't, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll just select this down here.
Yeah.
Let's say that this was the one I was looking for. All I do is just select the listing, and I can do more than one at a time. So let's say it was these two here, and I can click on done. Next thing it'll do is it'll put them down here at the bottom, indicating that these are the two listings that I've selected to display. And again, this is up to 12, so I can do another 10 more if I really wanted to. And here at the top in the headline, I can really kind of write anything here. I'll do check out these awesome homes. I could do something like that if I wanted to. And then so down below all this, I'm going to click on Save Changes. What that'll do is it'll apply these changes here. And if I would go to the website, and I'm just going to do a refresh here. I'm just going to reload the screen. And if I then scroll down, then this is the section where it will actually display the featured listings, including the message that I just put in, check out these awesome homes, and then the two listings that I had decided to feature. Of course, if I did more than that, I would see the rest on the page here as well. And of course, somebody coming in here to look at the page, they can click on that listing and then be able to see all about it here, right from there. So the listings on here, they will remain until we remove them manually. So if these are two active listings that are on here and they eventually they go into pending and they sell, it's not going to remove them automatically from this page. I do have to come in here later on, get back into this screen and delete these manually from here. And you can do that by clicking the little trash button next to each one of these in order to clear them out. So the settings will remain until I go in here and update these. And again, just make sure to save your changes, or be able to go back in here and feature some different ones. So this is where that setting is found for selecting listings. And for the most part, these are kind of like two main areas here, or the main areas of the settings. There is a theme section here. All that really does here is allow you to change a couple of the colors on the site. So from like the logos and a few things from being either in red or black, that's really the only option that's available on here. And then the next tab over at the end is the agent site pages menu. So what this is just referring to is on the menu on your website, just like the order of the links that are on there, or the order of the links with the pages. So on my site, that would be located here at the top, and the same with everybody else, with all of you guys. The menu bar is here at the top. So if I wanted to move the my About Me page further up on the screen, or if I wanted to change the order of these, that's what this setting page allows me to do. As well as if I were to create my own pages, on here is where I'm able to link them on the menu. So that's the settings page here on the command site, and for the most part, that's pretty much it. I do want to give you guys an example of something that you're able to do, kind of combining all of these features and being able to kind of market your site. So what I can actually do with my site here is I can go in here and say I want to highlight some properties in, let's say, the West Palmdale area. So I can do something like this. I can go into search for Palmdale, California. So, we're going to see the whole property list here pop up. And let's say I want to market homes in a specific price range. So I can do, here at the top is where the search settings are. Let's say I want to do, between 400 to 500,000. I can set my price range here, hit done, and then in a moment it'll update the search to just show those properties. And then let's say I want to take that a step further, and I want to, I have to click the More button here to show more filters. Let's say I want to...
Just look at like pool homes.
Yeah, include pool homes that are in that price range. Not a whole lot. But let's say, let's go with that. And even if I want to highlight ones that were recently price reduced, I have the option to toggle that on or off. So, further settings that you can enable. But let's say that, this is what we like to go with here. I could, of course, narrow this down more. I could do, where was it here? Property type, just where I'm able to, kind of refine this a little bit further here. But let's say I'm just going to go with this here. And what I can do is this link that's up here on the address bar. It's gonna update with all of the filters that I just applied. So the 400 to 500,000 price range, Palmdale, California, and pool homes. So this includes everything there in the link. I can then take this whole link, copy it, and if I turned around and I went over to Facebook, for example, or if I was going to send this out as an email to my email list, if I posted this, on Instagram, kind of think of getting this link out there. And let me see if I can get into my Facebook account here. Just kind of show what I'm referring to here. Let's see. It's always good and a bad thing to have the security because it'll always ask you. There we go. All right, there we go. So let's say I'm just gonna write a post here on Facebook. I could, being that I have that link there, I copied it earlier, I could do something like this. Hey, want to check out some great, affordable, if I can type right, affordable, there we go, pool homes in, let's say West Palmdale. Check out this link below. And I can do something like this, where then I can paste the link, just copy and paste the link. And then now what this will have is the link straight to the website.
That's nice.
Excuse me there. So I won't post this here. Actually, well, let me post it. I'll just do it to myself, just so it doesn't go out there. So I'm gonna post this. It'll probably still go out there, but I'll worry about that later. By default, it'll show my picture there on my from my website. But somebody can then, if they're interested in seeing more about what I posted here, they can click on that, and it'll redirect them directly back to the website with that search, with that property search.
Oh, nice.
So I've taken the step of, creating a search, narrowing it down, and coming up with a link here. Then somebody going in my site can see, here's, let me check out this property here. And being that I had set up the visitor settings earlier, they'd be able to see one property, two properties, and then get prompted with the sign-up screen. So that way I can kind of control, the marketing and the lead capturing portion of the site if I'm, marketing it in this manner. So somebody can say, I do want to see more about, on the website, more of the properties that Janet linked over. Let me go ahead and sign up here. They can provide their name, email address, and password. They'll get connected with an account on the site, and then automatically this person will get entered into your contacts list in Command. So it's kind of a full circle effect there. Is they get to continue seeing the site, we'll get their information as a new lead, and it's automatically saved in our contacts list. That's, how somebody can go about this process and, leverage the, the potential of their website in, that kind of a marketing sense. So that's kind of the only example I had for today, but, aside from, being able to go in and set up the site, and the different settings that are available through there. Let's see here. Is there any questions on any of this?
I can email that to,
What's that?
I can email that to the property.
Yes, you can, so it's a link that would really work anywhere. This was just one example, I posted it on Facebook, but yeah, you can totally create an email and take that same link and paste it, in there, and then be able to get the same results with that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Oh, and by the way, anytime you get a sign up like that, whether it's through an account sign up, whether it's through your website or your mobile app, you'll get notified by email that you received a new lead. So, and not only would you get them connected in here, but you get notified of that. So just knowing that, I've created this, I've made that post, and getting a couple of hits, that's going to be the confirmation there. Oh, I received a couple of signups, and and then now they're in the system here. Then you could, as the agent, or on our end here, I can take it one step further, and I can, let's say that this was in my contact list, this was the person that had just signed up. I can click into their details, and then over here on the side, be able to see a complete timeline of all the properties that they were actually looking at. But that's after they complete the full sign-up process. They go through the site, they make an account, and they begin looking at properties. I can turn around and go in here and say, they were looking at the listing right here. I can click on it, and that was probably off market. That's why it didn't come up. But I can then click on that and see, okay, that's the property that Mike was looking at. Maybe I should call him up or send him a message saying, oh, I saw you were active on my site recently and you were looking at this property. Do you want to check that out? Do you want to go see more like it? It kind of allows you to open that follow-up system there with them. That's pretty much it. There's no other questions. That's pretty much it.
That's good.